So this is breaking news because last night, Rohan Patel, one of the top executives at Tesla, he's in charge of business development. He tweeted this out, had a back and forth on Friday night with Elon Musk about a large AI data center investment he decided to approve, which he has been tracking closely for many months. Hard to imagine a CEO more involved in the most important details of their company than Elon. And then the two people that were in charge of actually, putting together this data center and the proposal for it, they also replied, saying, this was a lot of work. What's your thoughts on this announcement, Hans?
Yeah, so I am reading this to be Rohan commenting on the 100 exaflop supercomputer project that Tesla is planning to roll out. And obviously, Dojo is a big part of that. But I think it is interesting that he didn't say Dojo specifically in that tweet. And I think that that does kind of lend a little bit of credence to the fact that it seems like it's going to be really divided between both the Tesla Dojo chips and probably continuing to utilize NVIDIA chips maybe a little bit more than they had hoped, at least at this stage in the game, which is not to say that Dojo progress is not going to be completely incredible and transformative over the long run. But I think maybe it indicates that it's a little bit behind of where they hoped it would be optimistically at this point.
So let's take a look at the progress of Tesla, and you can explain to us what's happening. But I think most people are aware of this. This is the Dojo chip, right? And then this is the table they put out that this is their plan. Yeah. Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, and so it does say 100 exaflops, and it talks about the start of Dojo production. We are right around the time when it's expected that they should have reached, at least their goal was to reach the top 5 supercomputer clusters in the entire world. But notice that it doesn't necessarily say anything about Dojo there. And so, the open question is how much of that roughly, I think that that puts us at 33 exaflops is where we should be right now. So it's kind of unclear how much of that 33 exaflops, if they are on track to meet this 100 exaflop goal in the time frame, and kind of on the trajectory of the line that they have there. We're not sure how many of those 33 exaflops are Dojo and how many are NVIDIA. We do know that Dojo is operational. We've had confirmation of that. And so we know at least some of those exaflops are Dojo. We also have confirmation that some of those are NVIDIA. But one of the things I would say that's really important to note is the fact that Tesla is moving ahead. Like they are completely on track to build out all of the infrastructure that's necessary for them to perform extremely well in the realm of artificial intelligence and robotics, regardless of whether or not the ultimate ambitions of Dojo are achieved or what the timeline of those ambitions are. At the very least, know that they have been able to secure very large amounts of NVIDIA H100 supercomputers as well. And so, it shows the commitment that Elon has to doing that, regardless of what they have to do. Obviously, that ends up being a lot cheaper, and there's a lot more options that are opened up if it can be mostly Dojo out of that 100 exaflops. But that is one of the core pieces of the company that I've really been trying to track closely over the last year and then continuing into this year. I would love for this to be something that we actually hear more about, and I expect to in AI Day 3, hopefully the beginning of this year.
Okay, so that's an interesting comment you made that you think, this is good. It's reassuring me that you believe that the progress of robotaxi and bots may not necessarily require Dojo to hit the 100 exaflops that we're talking about. That's going to be a big deal. I mean, for them to have actually invested in this large AI data center investment, though, that is fantastic that that's what they're doing. So I've been saying that they need to announce more of these. They need to invest more money. In fact, even possibly raising money. And most people are still saying, well, I don't know if they need to raise money, but this is a war. They need to get more.
Yeah, they definitely need to invest heavily, regardless of whether or not they're raising money for it. But I think, Tesla has they have the cash pile on hand to make those investments and continue to make progress in the quality of the neural nets that they're not only training but implementing in hardware.